You do have a place and a purpose. I mean, everybody have a place and a purpose, but that firstborn child, the firstborn in most of all our cultures, is looked on as the firstborn, and they give the firstborn, they give it accolades to it. You know what, I'm giving you this, you the firstborn, so hey, you do this, and we expect you to do this and carry this out.
Special.
They had that's right. They had responsibilities.
Yeah.
And even another reference is made in the Bible, like the firstborn, when the Israelites, God was bringing the Israelites out and to put the plagues on Israel. One of the things that they did, the angel of death struck their firstborn.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure it was some, oh Lord, that ain't the firstborn at that time like that.
Yeah.
You know, man, I'm glad. And one, like, I was looking at this movie, Moses, I think it was. And the king, one of his soldiers fell out on the floor and he was dying. And he said, King, let him go, let him go. He was telling him, let him go. He was the firstborn of his family. And he died right there. Just like the rest of the firstborn. And that's when he decided, when his own son, who was the firstborn, died, he decided to let him go. This was in the movie. Okay. So the dedication of the firstborn is an important part. You have a responsibility as the firstborn. You know, our oldest sister, she had a comic or funny streak within her, but she would gather us all, like if mama said, don't open this door, blah, blah, blah. I remember somebody came by there, it turned out to be a kinfolk, or was a relative, but he had us all in there, and the door didn't have a very good lock. So she had put this big chair, this big armchair up under that door thing, and all of us was sitting in that seat. We were little and young then, but I remember this. And she was looking out when she said, you cannot come in. He kept saying, I am telling who he was. She said, sir, I'm sorry, I don't know you. I'm sorry, your face not familiar. You're not coming in here. Not without a fight. Because she had us all that way. We put holding that door like this. You can't come in, keep it knocking, but you can't come in. You like that song? And she would not let him in. And later the man came by and he talked to Mama. Mama said, yeah, this was relevant, whatever. And he told her, well, you sure got them trained, because they did not open the door.
All right.
They did not open it.
You remember that.
And I remember it. I do. So the firstborn, Christ being the firstborn, he came back. And I used to ask Daddy, why he decided to come back like that? You know, God, he can just do whatever he wants to. He didn't have to come back go through that process of growing up and all that. Well, wonder why he did it like that. That's it, baby. I do remember him telling me this. God have mysteries beyond us finding out. He is a mysterious God. That's the way he wanted to do it, and he gonna do it. Sometimes, I say, Lord, I'm thinking, Lord, I want you to fix it. See, that's how he taught me. I said, God, he don't need my help. While I'm trying to work it out and figure it out, God done done it. Yeah. And then when I turn around and look and see how he done it, I said, Lord, I wouldn't even thought about that. You put your foot and your stamp on it. He did. And he didn't need me to help him to think up what way to do it. How many of you have asked God? I just want to ask maybe one or two of you to answer this question. When you ask God to do something, did he surprise you? How did he surprise you by doing what you wanted him to do? Can somebody share?
Sure, I'll share. I remember when I was at what is formerly University. They had an opportunity of a group of, I think, 10 people to go to Israel. The only catch is you had to pay, I think it was like a $100 or $200 fee. That was it. Mm-hmm. And that included flights, that included stay, that included meals. It was all expenses paid. Mm-hmm. And I found out about it really late. I ended up going to a service because ABU was really unique. You had to get amount of Christian credit hours, which basically means you had to go to like programs or like Bible studies, Sunday schools, things like that. Mm-hmm. And so I ended up going to a service one day in the middle of the school day, and I heard about the opportunity, but unfortunately, I think it was only maybe like 1 or 2 days left to apply. And I remember talking about it with my mom, and she was like, well, just go ahead and apply. Because I felt defeated. I felt like it was too late for me to try to. I had already started talking to people that were going. And I just started feeling hopeless. But nevertheless, I decided to go ahead and put my application in anyway. I didn't hear anything, and more people started talking about the trip. And somebody asked me, I said, well, they haven't called me back, but I'm going. And she was just like, well, did you talk to so-and-so and so-and-so? And I was like, no. She said, okay, well, I tell you what, they have an interest meeting today. So I suggest you go down to that interest meeting, to a part of the school I had never heard of before. Go to the interest meeting and just be there, just see. I went there and then people were like, what's your name? Amber Brooks. Ma'am, we don't have you on our list. And so I told them, I said, well, I was informed that this was an interest meeting. I applied. I haven't heard anything. I'm interested. Nevertheless, somebody ended up dropping out of the trip. And so I really thought, because something that I really wanted to do. It was a place I really wanted to go. I wanted to be able to connect to my Christian heritage and roots. I know we think of Israel as all Jews, but we there too.
Yes.
And so anyway, that was a moment that I where it came to mind. I asked God for something and he answered. It wasn't a direct, straight answer, and it took a little time, but I'm still grateful nonetheless.
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Wasn't that a nice story? Good story. Who else has something? Okay.
You know, I got so much.
Yes.
And sister, I just, you know, when it's really what you want to tell, you can't think of it. Because he done did so much. He done healed. He done made ways in finances. Yeah. Well, you know, when I didn't see no way.
Yeah.
And he'll come and that was right there. Yeah. When man say no, God bless me with it. Yeah. And man have told me, I tell you one, this is one I never shall forget. It may seem simple, but it was the remodeling of my kitchen. Y'all remember that, probably. And I know y'all remember Build the Square.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on this Friday, I had went to the bank. Matt, you know, he never supported me. You can't get that. You got too much on you. You don't need that. You wait. Just wait.
Hey.
I'm not gonna wait. So the Spirit said, go into, I think it was Sterling Bank, but it's called American now. Bank of Alameda, one of them. They changed. And so I went in there, a man filled out the application. I felt very mature and grateful. And they come back. They say, Miss Miller, I'm sorry. But, you know, not at this time. So that was on a Friday. So we was going somewhere about 5 days. It was on the next weekend, a Saturday. I got the mail out the box. And I got this letter saying that I was approved. And I say, well, how is this? You know me, I say, well, okay, Matt, you read it. I say, yeah, it's approved. It says approved. And baby, I went and got my money, my check, $25,000. The loan went approved. And got my kitchen. Y'all know it. Yeah. These are my witnesses. They know I got my kitchen because my house had got old. And under that cabin, under that, God bless me. And I always wanted a white kitchen. And God, I got white kitchen.
It's white. Right? That's white.
Right. But God, that's one. Because that man told me no. He said it was not approved. And I got the letter, the award letter in that. It was 5 days.
Look at God.
Somebody. He can work.
But God can fix it.
He can fix it. Like one of the brothers at the church. All you got to do is furnish him a life.
Furnish him a life.
And
believe.
You got to wait and trust. You got to wait and trust in it. If
Gotta
you
have
trust in it, he'll make a way.
He'll make a way out of the way.
Cookie right there. That girl right there. That girl right there in that video. That girl have blessed me, and she don't know, mother. I need it, but I'm a person I wouldn't ask. But I could ask her. I ask her because she, you know, and Ruthie. But they, you know, they have blessed me. You know, they don't know how they have blessed me. And I wasn't going, and she'll call me, come do this here. I got this for you. You know, so God will make a way.
He'll make a way.
All you got to do is wait on him and furnish him a life and
Yeah.
be fair with him. Obey his laws and commandments.
And have that faith. Have that faith. Lord, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I believe it's going to get done. And you hold on to that.
Hold on to it.
Whatever it is in your life.
And it gets shaky.
It can't get shaky, but as long as you say, Lord, I'm shaking with you. I'm shaking. Devil, get behind me. I remember the devil one time took me, I was fasting and praying. And God started showing me stuff, showing me head with on it. In my vision, it was like a snake had bit him. Daddy was out looking, hunting for the snake, you know, and he came to me to take him to the hospital. And that night, a couple of nights later, after having that vision, Kay was at the door, at my back door, knocking on the door, and she was shaking and trembling. Ruth, Mama can't drive. We need you to take us to the hospital. And before she could finish saying, you know, whatever else, I got my purse and got out the house, transferred them to my car, and honey, I flowed that thing. That thing wasn't no more good after that night, taking Robert Earl to the hospital. It wouldn't go no more. But I flowed it, and honey, I made it go. And we got there. When we got there in the vision, the doctor told us he was gonna be all right. But he had a gash where he had been gashed in the head and had his head open, and they had to stitch that back up. And then after that, you know, the devil gonna come to me, you better stop fasting and praying. I mean, that thing literally is like a voice beside me, and I'm looking, you know, and I'm trembling scared, and you know, and took me in the kitchen, tried to make me eat, because it had been several days and nights before I had anything. And he gonna take me in the kitchen, the popcorn and stuff. Just here, look, eat that. I'm like, Lord, please help me. And then finally, I just start hollering, Jesus! Honey, made that thing flee. He flew out of that house. And I know it was there because I could feel like it looked like a wind blew as he left out of there. And I just lay on the kitchen floor crying, thanking God. Thank you, Lord, for keeping me. Thank you, Lord, for showing me. Thank you for taking me through. And if you believe in God, he will save you. He will see you through. He will provide for you. There's so many things God has done for me. And you know, our parents, they used to say, well, Mama was bad about saying this. She said, you know what, if you don't do that, such and such and such, God won't bless you. And boy, we would get scared, and whatever it was she wanted us to do, you know, we would do it. We would cave into it. This is when we was grown. She would tell us that. You know, and one time she told me something she wanted me to do, and she said, you know, if you don't do such and such and such, she said, God won't bless you. And boy, I thought about it, and I came back. My retort for her was, Mama, if God don't bless me no more from this day forward, he done been really good to me. And she stopped. She thought about it. She stopped saying it. She didn't tell us that no more. But I said, Mama, if he don't do no more, I'm good to go. Whatever he want to do. So, amen. So, dedication of the firstborn. Christ came and died for us. He was the firstborn of his lineage. And we've, you know, come through the lineage of David. You know, our people, we come through the lineage of David. And yeah, it's time. So at this time, I will turn it over. I was just going to turn it over, Kay, but she started to. It's okay now. She has to do me like I did Daddy back in the day.
Here comes that.
Let's say thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Dear sister, y'all bro hand. Pinch hitter. Pinch hitter. We thank God for that. Thank God for the Sunday school lessons and everything. And we just want to let you know that we're having an issue with the power concern. And I'll let Sister Kate explain to you a little.